All right, we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our performance seminar for 6 p.m. This is for Wednesday, the 21st of August. We have two pianists with us this evening. I would like to introduce Mr. Shritan to the stage. So Shritan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and what you're going to be performing for us and who wrote it?
My name is Shritan, and today I'll be playing number 2 in C major by Johann Sebastian Bach.
Well done, Shritan. How's that performance for you?
It was okay.
Okay, can you expand on okay?
The first part I think was pretty good, like until the first half, but then I think I fumbled, like starting from the third line, like
Right.
the first half of the third line mostly.
So do you know why you fumbled in that third line?
Um, yeah, I don't think I practiced the shift enough.
Yeah, they're big shifts, right? Especially down to the in the right hand, down to the A, and then up to the A, and then also getting the fingering right over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are two things that you need to consider. It is what you've already said. Make sure that you know how big the shift is and what kind of shift do you need. Is it a shift to the left of the keyboard, to the right? Are you going to shift forward, backward? It's in a strange way. This is kind of like playing a game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like game. You need to give instruction to your character how to move. Clearly, he didn't do too well in battle when you got to the third line, right? I'm guessing he may have got shot.
Mm-hmm.
This part, he was like, "Yeah, he's doing so well," and then he's like, "Uh-oh, ran out of ammo and not quite sure where to go." So think of it like that, because the reason this was successful, or at least more successful than this, is you already called it. You knew where to go. You've already trained the hand of where it needed to be, and you also found a speed that you can handle. So, I mean, I'm sure you can play this third line again, or just have to be at a slower tempo. But highlight some of the areas that you need to train the hand, train this character what to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's a shift of the thumb underneath, or whether it's a bit of a stretch of the thumb or pinky, right? You know better than me. Arvin, do you have some advice for Shritan to continue leveling up his performance?
I think you pretty much nailed the only thing I really wanted to talk about, which was just, comfortability obviously is a big factor.
Mm.
How much comfort you have with a section adds even more to it. And obviously that's something that Shutanov addressed where it's like more practice in a section and then you get better at it. It's just like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right, and that's it. Because clearly, Shritan, you're really comfortable with these two, so it shouldn't take too long to fix this last line. Or when I say fix, become more just secure and understand the choreography, the movements behind it. But you should come back again next week and play it again.
Mm-hmm.
right? Is this in your memory yet?
I've like memorized the first half of it, not the entire piece.
Cool. So, and it shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shows in the confidence of your performance. So spend the rest of this week memorizing the movements and the notes and just the sound of the second half, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And just double check that these G's come in on the first beat, the top G's
Mm-hmm.
come in on the first beat and the third beat, right? But yeah. But study the video back. You'll know once you listen back to it, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Congratulations. Almost there. Make sure to look after your main character, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Arvin, stage is yours, sir.
Okay. Yes, I will be performing Spring by Joe Hisaishi. Hold up. I'll go back a second. Hmm. I'll just move forward. Is it okay if I restart?
Not a problem at all. Go for it. Take your time.
Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Arvin. Congratulations on performing the whole piece in seminar. How
Thank
was that for you?
I felt a little shakier than I normally do.
Okay. That's absolutely fine, especially when it's the first time performing a piece of music. And it's a big work as well, right? There are a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Can you determine why you're feeling a little bit shaky?
Okay, well, one part of it is I made a poor decision prior to this and kind of injured my wrist slightly, so it's a little
No.
sore.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that.
But other than that, I really just think a little bit of pressure got to me. I was sitting here and I'm like, I need to perform. And
Sure.
in the pressure of trying to perform, it maybe went a little worse than maybe could have.
Yeah, yeah. Understandable. Well, let's come back to that idea. Shritan, can you why don't you discuss with Arvin some things in his performance that you felt he does well, and maybe some ideas that come to mind that he can continue thinking about to improve for next time, if you have any.
I think you did really good on the dynamics. Like, it really got me happy how you played it. And yeah, it was a nice song. I think the first time, yeah, I think you just needed like a little break. But other than that, I think you did great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I thought dynamics were pretty good too. I would. It's interesting when you play a piece like this here, because Hisashi is known for his really moving dramatic works. Right?
Mhm.
If you don't already know, that's really what he writes a lot for anime. Um, so the music has to be quite vivid and it has to stir the emotions because there are no lyrics, right? So when you play, you could also start thinking about more the tone that you want from these little phrases. Ya-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think if you listen back, you might find you don't actually need to try as hard, play as hard into the keys. You could probably take a couple of steps back. Yeah. And reserve your energy for places that really need it. Maybe places like this, yum, da, 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 or this section here. When it starts, you start having octaves. Yeah.
Right.
So a big thing we need to bear in mind is reserving our energy
Hmm.
for when we really need it. A lot of the time, we can just kind of underplay the music. I'm not saying you're cheating, but it's just less pressure into the keys, right? And you
Hmm.
can just be a little bit more tender with how you touch the keys and play the melody. So then when you have all this stuff here, da 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 yeah da 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 da, it doesn't need to be ba 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 ba. You
Hmm.
know, it doesn't need to be as intense. So I would suggest just listen back to this recording and take
Yeah.
note of the places, right? Take note of the places that you can clearly say to yourself, you know what, I put in way too much there. I did not need to invest that much energy there,
Right.
right? And right, and then the places where you're like, you know what, yep, I'll just let me just focus on getting the melody out, or maybe a place like, where is it? When the melody finally comes back here, maybe then
Hmm.
you can put a bit
Hmm.
more, you could put a bit more muscle into the playing, all right?
Right.
Um, a lot of hand movement can be utilized as well. Yeah, da, 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 da. This kind of, these kind of turns over the keys. But yeah, I think the big thing that we all need to keep in mind is where do you want to put in all your energy and where can you just step back
Hmm.
and kind of just play something a little bit more beautiful and a bit more tender. That's all really. Do these ideas make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to leave you two gentlemen to it. I'm going to put up this video so that you guys can both study, figure out what the areas that you're currently doing well, but also places to improve for next time. And if I see you in Kaizen later on tonight, I'll see you. Otherwise, we'll catch you again later on tomorrow.
Thank you.
Sounds